What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another edition of My 600 Pound Life, and this one is all about Dr. Now. Now, at this moment in time, though, ladies and gentlemen, there is a massive rumor saying that Dr. Now may not be back for the next season. But before we get into that, though, let's start off by giving a big, massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now, when it comes to Dr. Now himself in particular, he is the surgeon on the hit show My 600 Pound Life, and arguably without him, the show may have never been a success because people don't just go to the show just to watch the cast members that we have per episode, but people go there because they enjoy listening to Dr. Now telling every single person that they need to pretty much fix their freaking lives together. And he says it in the most perfect way possible, if you dig what I'm saying. But it has now come to a case where, it has now come to a situation where he may be losing his job from TLC and they may have to release him. Reasons being is because there has been a cast member that has come forward anonymously due to contractual, obviously XYZ, and they've come forward to say that they were a part of the show and they were actually a successful story on the show because they were someone that was actually able to lose the weight required by Dr. Now, and then therefore they were then approved for the surgery. But since the show has been over, they have not actually had the surgery. In fact, it turns out it's actually around about a dozen people that have actually not had the surgery ever since appearing on the show and actually doing what they were told to do, and that was to lose a certain amount of weight within a certain time. But why have they not had these surgeries? Well, that's where the problem comes in, ladies and gentlemen. At this moment in time, it is understood that Dr. Now may have been dropped by his own insurance company. Now, because the insurance company has obviously dropped him, potentially it means they are unable to cover any of the costs for the actual surgeries itself in particular, because we all know that when it comes to the surgeries, none of the cast members ever pay for them. They just appear on the show, they get paid to be on the show, they do certain things, and then obviously if they do end up losing the weight, they get rewarded. Can you imagine? They get rewarded with having a weight loss surgery, and it seems literally dozen people have not been able to get to that stage, which has now led to where Dr. Now has been put in a situation where he's now got multiple lawsuits coming up against him because all of these people have now been put in a position where they are now stuck in limbo. And to be honest with you, no one wants to be stuck in limbo. And let's be real, when it comes to losing weight, it is definitely a mental challenge. So to get yourself to a point where you were mentally able to finally lose some weight, to then be rewarded with the approval of surgery, to then find out that the surgery hasn't even happened yet, I can only imagine how much that's really going to mess up someone's mental mind. So it is very, very sad that we've come to this stage where surgeries aren't happening purely because there is an insurance issue with Dr. Now himself and his insurance company. Now, because of this has now made it also an issue with TLC, and TLC now may be looking to remove Dr. Now from the show purely because all of the lawsuits coming forward are just way too expensive to keep him on the show because, of course, they would need to get involved as well. So at this moment in time, it's looking as if TLC may not be bringing him back. And to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, this also explains why after this season, we did not get the traditional "where are they now?" because usually after every season of My 600 Pound Life, we always get "where are they now?" And we didn't get that this time round. And my theory is because I believe there's been serious talks happening, and of course, if the cast members were unable to actually legitimately have their surgery, you can't then do a spin-off of "Where Are They Now?" because "Where Are They Now?" would literally be limbo. You know what I mean? Like you'd be calling the spin-off "How's Limbo?" We're in limbo. Okay, you know, I have no jokes. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's just anyway. So because people are stuck in limbo, that could be the only reason why we did not get the actual spin-off show. But with that being said, though, moving forward, where does this leave the show itself in particular, My 600 Pound Life? Well, that is the killer question because at this moment in time, the show itself in particular has not been confirmed for a return, nor has it been confirmed. Nor has it been confirmed to be cancelled neither. So clearly there's some very long ongoing conversations happening. Now, from what I understand and from what I read, rumor has it that TLC may be looking to replace Dr. Now with one of their other doctors that they already have on the show, because we know that they got Dr. Proctor. Dr. Proctor did do the new show called Too Large, which I now do conspire that maybe Too Large was a test run to see if he was able to give them numbers the same as 600 Pound Life, which I think it's kind of a silly thing, because I think they should have just brought in Dr. Proctor into just £600 life as a replacement. I think that would have made much more sense, to be honest with you. But of course, that's just my own thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, let's not forget they do have other doctors as well. And also, rumor has it that there are doctors, or surgeons, shall I say, within Dr. Now's actual current location that could also take over, obviously on the show if they do decide to continue. So at this moment in time, there's a lot of limbo, a lot of things up in the air, whether the show's going to come back, and if it does come back, is it going to be a new doctor, or are they going to scrap the whole name of £600 Life, and then are they just going to rebrand it with something completely fresh, which potentially could be too large? For me, myself in particular, one, do I want to see Dr. Now go? Absolutely not. But of course, if surgeries are not happening, then it is what it is, if you dig what I'm saying. Now, also on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, if they are to replace him with a new doctor and continue with the show itself as they should, in my opinion, which doctor out of the TLC doctors would you like to see Dr. Now replaced by? Would it be Dr. Proctor, or would it be the other guy who replaced Dr. Proctor on My £1,000 Sisters? I forgot his name, but I know those are two doctors who work for TLC. But of course, TLC also have the ability to bring in someone fresh and someone new. And personally, for me, I think that I would prefer them to bring in someone fresh, someone new, someone with a new dynamic, someone that has a little bit of an edge where they have that aggression, that grit that Dr. Now has. But at the same time, though, they also have this thing that it just gets the fans like, wow, this guy's amazing. Because I feel like Dr. Proctor, he's just too much of a nice guy, Yeah, and the other guy as well on £1,000 Sisters, it's too much of a nice guy, Obviously, when it comes to My £600 Life, we definitely need someone that's got a very strong character, a very strong backbone, and someone that's really going to tell everyone in these contestants how it is. Because over the seasons, we have seen some very interesting and very rude, aggressive members come onto the show and be very disrespectful. And to be honest with you, I think it's only right that they bring in someone who can handle it and also give it back too. Rightly so, why not? But nonetheless, though, ladies and gentlemen, you can give me your thoughts and your opinions on, obviously what you're thinking. Do you want to see a different doctor? Do you want to see the show obviously just cancelled in general, or do you just have some other random idea that I haven't said that you may think is better than mine? I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very sad to hear that people have gone on a show. They have been able to meet the requirements needed, but then obviously they haven't received their surgery. And to hear that it's up to 12 people, that is insane. And I can't imagine how these lawsuits are just going absolutely nuts right now. And to be honest with you, it seems to me that the chance of Dr. Now coming back are very slim. But I really do hope that £600 Life does return regardless, though. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, you guys let me know what you're thinking in the comment section, and we'll talk about it. Like, subscribe, and peace.